Welcome to the Good Gut Show. And it's Friday and the last day of talking about mindfulness, but it's not ending. So I hope that you've had a great time with all my mindfulness stuff this week. And I'm going to share with you something very special and near and dear to my heart. It's called acting out. And actually, I created this myself because I felt that there were a lot of people who did not want to sit in a chair or even, because your view of mindfulness or meditation is somebody sitting, in a full lotus with their eyes closed, having this whole experience forever. Well, it's not that. It could be 3 minutes, 2 minutes. And if you've seen any of these shows this week, you've learned that, because one of the things you want to look at is there are people who are visual learners. There are people who are auditory learners that learn through hearing. And there are also people who learn from feeling it in their body. And I think I was always one of those people. So when I started doing meditation and mindfulness, I really felt the urge to just get up and move. And when I worked for Lee Strasberg, that was a very cool way of me to connect with my body, because what I was doing is I was doing moving my body to connect with it, which is so good. And the other thing is I was also really connecting with, what if I move my fingers for 2 hours? So I call this acting out in deference to Lee Strasberg, and also in deference to Jerzy Kurtowski, who was another acting teacher that nobody has ever heard of, except in the acting community. And I think they actually teach some of his technique in acting schools today, in colleges today. But I learned that. And I learned that there was a wonderful way to connect with your body by doing movement. And when I was teaching as an acting coach, I used a lot of Grotowski's work. As a matter of fact, I have an 8-hour masterclass that's mostly that online. So I'm going to turn down, because I'm looking at my my stream, and I think I'm a little loud. So I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit. So bear with. Anyway, so here's a beginning exercise for acting out. And I really should be doing this standing up. But really what you want to do is, it's about becoming more aware. When I worked with Lee and was doing stuff to work on relaxation, I would sometimes just work on relaxing my hand for 2 hours. Now, I know that's excessive, and I know that's probably not anything you want to do, but I also know that it's really a great way to practice mindfulness, is to focus on a part of your body and move it mindfully with breathing. So, okay. So let me run you through a little something, and then I will wish you well for the weekend. And Monday, I'm going to talk a lot about how to get started with lifestyle change, because it's really important that before you do any change that you look at, how am I going to do that change? And what do I really want to do? And what is standing in the way of me doing that? So just a little bit. I'll be doing a little more of this in other sessions, not on here, because I have to get up and move. So you'll probably get some videos, but I'll tell you when. So starting out, and it's interesting that I'm in a chair, because we did most of our relaxation and what I call, acting out in a chair when I worked with Lee. So I'm just moving back a little bit. And you really just take a few breaths. And then what you want to do is you want to begin to see what you want to do with your body. What does your body want to do? And I really wanted to move my head because I always have tension in my head. Oh. And move my, if you decide on a body part to move it every which way. We used to do that when we did sense memory work and relaxation for Leah, just relaxing the face, And then you really want to get to a place where you're asking yourself, what else do I want to do? You can also do this in progressive relaxation. You can start with your head and go to your toes, or start with your toes and go to your head. It's up to you. So if I was doing that, I start with my head, I move it all around. Then I'd start with my shoulders and move them all around. And then I'd start with my limbs and move them all around. And don't forget to breathe. I know this is tough. Breathing deeply. And I'll talk to you a little later about using sound, because when I worked with somebody who trained with Grotowski, we learned how to reconnect the sound and the body, because the voice and the body get really disconnected after years of trying to fit into society. So you want to do that. And then you know what? You get finished with from your head to your toe, then you want to stand there and you really want to see, okay, where do I want to move? I mean, I always tension in my shoulders, so I want to move and I want to shake out my hands. So that's a little bit of acting out. And next week, I'm really excited because I'm going to do a whole deep dive on how to get started with lifestyle change, because really you can't change your health until you're willing to change. Okay. So have a great weekend. Dietitian Jill signing off, and all blessings. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.